Alright, fellas, so come back here. We've been talking about protecting ourselves with wool, and we've been talking about protecting our core and protecting our extremities. Okay, we've been talking about that. Talked about a lot of different things to deal with keeping us warm in the winter time. Now, I talked about those boots over there, the Baffin Trappers, and I talked about my muckluck setup that I have. And those have those liners in both of those. Well, I don't know about the Trapper. The Trapper is probably a little bit, it's probably just cold weather. But the ones in the muckluck are rated for extreme cold. We're talking Antarctic and Arctic conditions, okay? Like way below zero. Anyway, what does this mean? People say, well, they say they're rated for that, but my feet are still cold. Okay? So let's talk about that. Why are your feet still cold? Why are your feet still cold if you have a boot that's rated for very cold weather? This is the answer. Along with your arteries. Alright? So, first of all, we got to heat our core. In China, if you've looked at acupuncture at all, or Chinese medicine, ancient Chinese medicine, you look at their charts, their anatomical charts, and they call this area of the body the triple heater. Alright? Why did they call it the triple heater? Because this mass here, this core, your trunk of your body, this is where all your heat comes from. And then it's transported around to the rest of your body via your circulatory system. Okay? So when I eat this cookie, I'm getting calories, carbs, drinking this hot coffee. So this hot coffee helps me. If for some reason my metabolic system is not up to snuff at this particular point, for some reason my body isn't burning enough calories to heat, right? And if I eat something that has a lot of high carbohydrates, then that my body will be like, yeah, we need to burn this, create some more heat. So that's what it does. Okay, so your core heats up, and you're warm in your jacket. Okay, let's say you're warm up here in your chest and your back and your neck and your head, but your hands are kind of, not quite, your hands and arms are really not quite as warm as they could be, but they're okay. But man, my feet are really cold. And I got these great boots on, but my feet are still cold. What's my issue? Your issue is your insulation between your trunk and your feet. So you got great insulation on your feet, maybe even your lower legs, okay? Because what are we doing with all this insulation? We're trying to keep the heat in. But right now I'm wearing a set of duck canvas trousers. That's not really very good for keeping the heat in. So if I go out and it's extreme weather outside, And I've got very good insulation up here above from the waist up. And I've got very good insulation on the feet and maybe even the lower legs. But I have just a set of duck canvas trousers on. That is my problem. Because the circulatory system is moving the heat from the core to the extremities through the arterial lines, right? Your arteries. So what happens is it's nice and warm when it leaves your trunk, but then when it gets down in here in your upper leg, the heat is going fast because it's leaving your leg. There's nothing here insulating the leg. So the heat goes away, and then by the time it gets down here, so basically in 18 inches or so, it's losing a lot of temperature between here and the top of your boot or sock. Okay, it's losing a lot of heat. So you have to take that into account. That has to be insulated. So you have to wear insulated trousers, right? So you're going to have to wear, I have these, I wear everything big so that I can mix and match any kind of combination that I want. You see me all the time. I always look fat, but I'm not really that fat. I have a little fat on me, but I'm not really that fat. I have a, I think that I have a fairly low fat index compared to what a lot of guys my age would probably have. But I wear a lot of big stuff. I wear it so that I can layer. These trousers are they're about four or five sizes larger than what I would normally be able to just fit in if I were just going to wear something that any normal person would wear. Alright, so they are really several sizes larger. And why is that? Because, like we talked about the other day with the layering, yesterday or the day before, I could put on insulating layers by my skin, and I could have these duck canvas on the outside for more abrasion and wind resistance, right? That's why, okay? So if I don't have enough insulation between my waist and where the insulation begins at my boot, my winter boot, then I'm going to lose all that heat that's going there. I'm going to lose it. It's gonna, and then my foot's going to be cold because I'm not getting the heat. I'm not getting the heat from the heater to where it needs to be because I have heat loss. It's just like insulating lines, right? Pipes. You're going to insulate a pipe. If you got hot water running through the pipe, you don't want all the hot water to not be hot at the tap. The pipes need to be insulated between where it's getting heated and where you're receiving it up top, right? If it is up top. Like in my case, I have 4 levels, right? So top level has nothing. That's your attic. But anyway, I got water 3 levels high. Cellar and main floor, and then here. In Britain, this would be first floor, right? But they got main floor and then first floor in the UK. And in the United States, you got first floor, second floor. Okay? Yeah. Okay, you can work that out on your own time. Don't be thinking about it now. So anyway, yeah. Insulation is the key to warm feet. So you got to have insulated trousers. You cannot have, if you're a lady, you cannot have skin tight jeans in the winter. I don't care if you think that you look fat or not. If you want to be warm, you need to put some insulating trousers on and maybe some baggy pants over that. Not a fashion show. But let's talk about that Stormy Kromer parka, by the way. That well, it's not a parka. It's a field coat, or what do you call it? It's a double Mackinaw. That's a nice looking coat. I'd like to have one of those. But I got two issues with it, like I said the other day. One issue I could overcome. That's the lining. Okay? There's no lining in it. It's just wool. Which is better than having a cotton lining in it like the Filson. That cotton lining is crap. If I bought a Filson, I would turn it inside out and I would carefully remove the cotton lining. That's what I would do. And then I would use that cotton lining as a template with some other material, and I would make a new lining and sew that back in. That's what I would do. That's a lot of work, though, for a $1,000 coat. Or even a $500 coat. That's a lot of work. Yeah, so I'd probably just buy something that I could slide in there with. But that Stormy Kromer, I could tell that a woman designed that coat. I could tell you, looking at it. I don't have to be told that a woman designed that coat. I mean, obviously it's designed, is based on probably the Filson. It's probably designed after the Filson Double Mackinaw. I'm almost positive. But by looking at it, I could tell that it has a woman's touch because of the sleeves. The sleeves are the giveaway on the Stormy Kromer Double Mackinaw. The sleeves are a giveaway that a woman either designed or had a very heavy hand in designing that coat. Why? Because women designers, especially women designers that don't have any outdoors experience, like being a trapper or whatnot, that particular type of thing, that design with the high water sleeve, that is very much something that women do with fashion coats. Okay, fashionable stuff. Something you might see on the New York runway, okay, or Paris runway, or any of that type of stuff. You see this high water sleeve. That is not practical. I mean, yeah, they may say, well, it helps with gloves. Well, I have gauntlet gloves which go up over any kind of sleeve. I don't need high water sleeves. I need that double sleeve to go all the way down. And preferably I need some kind of a knit in between the two sleeves down there to keep the air from going up the second sleeve. You see, the cuff in there. Having a cuff in between the double sleeve, you know, that you can't see. It's just tucked back up in there. All right, it just kind of is there. Might be sewn into the outer sleeve at the edge, and then it goes back and just kind of, you know, gently grabs the inner sleeve. You know, that's what I would do. Got to get rid of that high water sleeve, Stormy Kromer. You got to get rid of that high water sleeve. It looks stupid and it, you know, serves no real purpose. It's got to go. And worsted wool lining or a silk lining. That's what you need. When you get that done, let me know. Alright? Then I'll be more interested in putting down my money. Put down the money, honey. Yeah. Alright, well, Time's up. Catch you later.